Welcome to Pro Se Lawsuit Center. I'm Coach Neighbors, and in this video, we're going to showcase the brand new Sue the Prosecutor lawsuit package. Have you ever felt trapped by the prosecutor who twisted the law, hid evidence, or forced you into the system that was never built for justice? What if I told you that you could turn the tables and drag them into federal court and make them answer to every lie and every abuse of power? The prosecutor operates like they're untouchable kings inside the courtroom. They hide behind fraudulent concealment, push charges through administrative courts, and they don't even have a constitutional authority, and they threaten you with plea bargain to strip away your rights. The plea bargain strips away your rights, and not only does it strip away your rights, if you made them grumpy enough after you take the plea bargain, the judge is still going to give you more time and throw out the plea bargain because you pleaded guilty to the wrong person. Oh, they didn't tell you that the prosecutor didn't have authority to take your plea. Neither does a judge in an administrative setting, but let's just work. Come on, just work here. Stay with me. They rely on the fact that most people don't know how to fight back, and attorneys won't help you. They won't touch it because they're part of the same machine. That's my opinion, YouTube. But here's the truth. Prosecutors aren't immune. No, they can be sued in federal court for violating due process, fraudulent concealment, violating the Tucker's Act, and for violating acts under the color of the law outside the Constitution. When you file, you move from being prey to the hunter. You become the plaintiff, and they are forced to defend themselves against the unlawful actions that's on the record. This problem is why I do what we're doing here. Not just created this package, is why I do what I'm doing here. And you can go to my YouTube channel and you can search out the My Story playlist, and you can see the videos there about what happened to me and what made me be this person. But I'm not this person okay, let's go, coach. Okay, so this problem is why I created the package. This is a complete set of federal documents and kind of step-by-step instructions on which documents to apply based on where you are in the situation. And it's designed for pro se litigants who refuse to be bullied by the system anymore. The judge, you'll learn how to add the government to their own illegal action via counterclaim. And it doesn't even charge. You don't have to serve the parties. You'll also learn how to force a judge and the prosecutor to lawyer up, because they're not going to be able to answer to federal case law and federal acts with statutes and codes. Now, we'll be challenging a jurisdiction where the prosecutors have none. Now, a lot of people get stuck on that word jurisdiction and think that we have to do it out front and wait for them to answer, and that's what you do in their conventional program. Okay, we don't do that. We challenge the jurisdiction by bringing this fire that we got right here at the top of the page. Okay, it's a big difference, so don't get that twisted, because that'd be very bad. Now, you also have your counterclaim that we talked about at the top. You have a federal lawsuit that you're going to be filing. It's coming in at 42 U.S.C., but there's also some other stuff in it too, quite a bit of other stuff, including fraudulent concealment. We like to use that as at the front of the thing, in front of the 42 U.S.C. 1983 due process violations, because you want to make sure you toll the statute of limitations on everything. We force the prosecutor to answer, and we're forcing them to answer what they've avoided for years. Their entire state court docket sheet is evidence of due process violations, and you should be taking that with you when you jam them up with the counterclaim they can't respond to and get your lawsuit filed in federal court. I've seen families destroyed by false prosecutions. My own family was attacked with this false prosecution crap, and my ex-wife, now wife at the time, it had to serve some time. I'm pretty fortunate. I've never been convicted, and when you throw that on the table, you need to come in with, I never took the deal either, okay? Never been convicted, and I never took the deal either. So I lived it, and that's why this package exists. That is why this package exists. It exists to give regular people the same weapons that I would have used had I known now what I know then now know. Come on, coach, you got this. Oh, therefore, this isn't theory. This is based on tested strategy that counts. And I'm going to show this right here. That's my federal ID. I keep it right on my desk. Every single day, I look at that to remind me of why I'm here. Let's go. Okay, let's get back to our lesson here. Okay, so like I said, this Sue the Prosecutor lawsuit package was structured based off my own personal experience and experience of my family and a whole lot of other people. It's undefeated, and it's just been beefed up. And I dropped the price down just a tad bit. While I'm talking crap, okay, the first 5 people that call me will get it even at a better deal than it's marked right now, as long as you can check in with me every 2 weeks or so and keep me up to date on what's going on. Because I need to know how they're going to try to get around getting the title clouded so they can't jam you up and stop your money, or at least they can't take your stuff. They're going, okay, when you do that, okay, you're already making it public what they're, so now they can't, because, you know, they're not supposed to be doing none of that until after they get done getting you to sign the plea. You know, the one we talked about at the top of the thing. Oh, so I ain't never been convicted, but I'm the only person 33-month beat down. They said I was mentally ill. They got mad when they offered me the deal. I knew they was coming. It was when I had to wear this. It was the last time they came to offer me the deal, and I actually asked one of the guards to come in the room because there was 2 of them, and you know how that shit goes. So I made a deal. They was going to give me back my house and some of the stuff they stole out of my wife's business, and you know, I'm like, oh, what kind of deal is that? They want to give me back my own shit. They paid everybody else to lie. They could have at least offered me some. No. I tell them, which means I'm not ready to go home now because I like the food here in prison. And the guard almost started laughing. And then they said I was mentally ill and started shipping me all over the place. So that's you know. So you know, I know what I know, and I know that if these people are messing with you, then you need to protect your property too. And that's what we're doing here. They put a lien on our property and our business property to block us from liquidating it. And they weren't supposed to be doing none of that. But, you know, it ain't too late to hold them accountable. I'm just not in a big giant hurry. It's kind of nice right now. They don't want to bother me because, all right, you know. Yeah, they shipped me all over the place, had several mental evaluations in 3 different states, and they actually sent me back with a fake forced medication order that I didn't know was fake at the time. And after I got out, I figured out it was fake. But, you know, it didn't take me long to figure out, you know, what they want to try to make you angry so that they wanted to try to make me angry since I'm a big guy and I used to box and do all this stupid shit. So they want to make me angry, so I punch somebody, lose my temper, and beat somebody up, and then they can say that I was a danger to the staff, and they would be able to force medicate me without going to the court. Yeah, we're going to handle that. Right now, we're handling this. We got to break down here what you get, and I'm just going to give you a quick. The first document that is the 2026 Prosecutor Eliminator Counterclaim. The counterclaim is structured to use against them, you know, if they already have a case against you. Come in with your counterclaim, $200 million or $500 million, whatever the hell you want to put on it. But you need to add the government to it, add the judge to it, and an attorney or prosecutor, whoever, to it as plaintiffs and file in their case. So now you just put your money punch damages, bam, right in their face. You in a counterclaim in their case because fraudulent concealment tolls the statute of limitations. So they can't get away with this. No, it's too late. No, time out. It's not too late. Oh, the counterclaim. Okay, so when you add them all to it, now you just added them to their own illegal action. That's like a check. That's like a Mahomes check down, 47. Now they can't litigate a case they're party to. They can't represent themselves in court. They can't represent other people from the same. And if you want to be asked about it, you could add a state bar association. And you don't really need to do that because the state players can't respond to anything that you file in state court that you get from here, from winningcourtnow.com. They're not going to be able to respond, okay? Because we use federal case law and federal acts, and you can use that but you can't respond to that using statutes and codes. No, sir. I don't think so. It ain't happening. So, you can do the counterclaim, serve them. I just email them. I don't even mail them. I tell you, put it in there. It got emailed. Or you can email it and mail it out to them just like a regular document. You don't have to pay for service. You don't have to do all that stuff. And that's just to crush the state court process. Because like I said, we ain't trying to litigate nothing on the state court level. They use local rules that they come up with each location. How's that working for you guys? It didn't work for me. It worked as shit when I went through it, all right? And then I included the RICO lawsuit. Now, the RICO lawsuit right now is structured for foreclosure situation. But all you do is just take out, copy and paste a little bit of stuff in the lawsuit, the federal lawsuit, and put in it that's containing to the criminal. Okay, and at some point we'll get around to switching that over, but we added it in. Now you don't need to use that yet. You can go in and just do the federal lawsuit that's set up for all this stuff. All you gotta do is just fill in the placeholders with your information. Okay, and I tell people this. People try to tell me I'm glad people hang up on me. I had a lady call me for coaching, and then she didn't want to hear it. I don't have to listen to all of that stuff that happened to you and all those things that everybody thinks. I'm not an attorney. We don't do stuff like that. Okay? In my head, everybody's stuff is the same with a few distinctions. The same part of it is you're getting violated with statutes and codes, due process. They drag you into administrative court, due process. They're due process, and they arrested you, due process, due process, or, if you're in foreclosure, due process, because they're using the foreclosure statutes not allowing a lot of foreclosure on you, due process, or they're using some fake ass shit in the deed of trust to say that you knew about it, whatever, due process. Okay, so do you want to go after the shit they want to talk about, that they want to argue about, because that's the arguing. You want to go after the arguing? Or you want to go after the why they were able to screw you over? Why were they able? If you don't get the why, you're going to be back here again messing with the what. You got to kick the what's butt by getting the why. Oh, y'all with me? You have to address why they're able to violate you. Now, everybody's stuff is the same, with the distinction of criminal or your property or I don't know. And this is why people get so angry at me when they call in for whatever. And I don't want to listen to all what they have to say. I don't have time for all. Now, if I thought that had value for both of us, I would definitely listen. I'm not an idiot. I mean, I'm kind of, I walked into that one. Okay. So our conversation has to have value for both of us. If I'm telling you that there's no value for your ass either, because you're not going to understand what I'm saying and you're not going to let me finish talking. Now, when you call in for a coaching consultation, I'm going to ask you the questions that I need to have answered in my head. You don't want to go there. When I'm done with that, I will let you know what I think, what is the situation or whatever, or if I need more information. Sometimes I do. I need to start with you in my program and not where you think you need to start with me in their conventional program. So that never works out. And then we got the RICO lawsuit. We got the demand to strike the notice of appearance. It's just one of the punches I put in there to have fun because they're not registered. They're not registered as foreign agents. With the Foreign Agent Registration Act, we have a demand to dismiss and a demand for summary judgment. And we also have a demand for sanctions. But we never. Okay, so what happens generally when people are using this package is that when you shut down the court process for over their process and you start yours over here with a different case number not connected to none of that, then those people can't go on with what they were doing over there if they're parties to the case and you're suing all of these people or whatever. So I haven't seen it go on. I haven't. But, just keep in mind in your head, okay, we're not stupid, and this is the beauty about the simple shit that we do. It makes sense. Now, I included a couple of extra things. I included affidavit of state citizenship. Now, that is a document that I put together that you sign and have notarized to verify that you're not a U.S. citizen, so you're not subject to statutes and codes and whatever. Now, I originally put this together, and it works with the PDF that you get in your package that shows diplomatic immunity is what it says on the top of the PDF. But when you open it up, it actually shows how to fill out the passport application that you get from the post office to mail in to get your new passport with 5 stars. So when the police pull you over, you give them that, and they can't find you in the system. They give it back to you and tell you to have a nice day. Or they try and whine about the fact you don't have a driver's license, that you don't need a driver's license unless you're working in Congress. But you don't need to have that conversation with them, okay? If they're coming back to the car to give you your stuff, just let them say whatever they want and take your shit. And I also included the denial of corporate existence, which is a document that I have on the website. It's a very much more formal way of addressing this corporate situation. Oh, it's a document that was donated to us by the non-bar attorney, Mr. Andre. And we also jam up with the Constitutional Emergency Statement that locks your rights in, and it says it forces them to move this up to the higher court. That's how that's supposed to go. Okay, so you guys all see what we got in here. Okay, we got, I didn't go over a couple of things. Okay, so I included the conveyance package in here that has a notice of conveyance and the notice of less pendants. And it has the counterclaim for unlawful eviction and the lawsuit for the unlawful eviction in federal court. All of those are in there. Now, that is to cloud your own title. And it's worth investing in that package just by itself if you're not in trouble, just to cloud your own title until you get them to give you your D back. Because until you have your D back, you're exposed. You can cloud your title and make them want to go over there with the one that's easy. Okay, but here's the deal. You're clouding your title, and you're jamming up the fraudulent conveyance, and you put less pendants on your own stuff. Okay, now, in order for anybody to move that, they're going to have to get past the real estate deed fraud, the mortgage fraud, all of that stuff that happened at the gate. Okay, now, this is my premium package, one of them, and I lowered the price on some of them. I lowered the price on this one a little, but I added more stuff to it. So, it ain't making no sense, okay? But we're bringing fire to the table, and it's easy to use, and that's what we're showing right now. Okay, so I also included the less pen cloud your title lawsuit package I put together for people that have been evicted or facing eviction or got evicted. Give them opportunity to block the buyers of the house from making money with their property. The fraudulent conveyance, and then you follow it up with the notice of fraudulent conveyance. Then you follow it up with the notice of less pendants. Then, if you're evicted already, once you do that, then you can file your counterclaim. Oh, I know, Coach. It's been years. It don't matter. Fraudulent conveyance tolls the statute of limitations. Bam! I'm just going to let that set. Cloud your own title to slow their asses down, make your property toxic, so they not going to want to do nothing with it. So, and now, in order for them to get by you, they're going to have to address all of the stuff that you're bringing to the table right now. Okay, wait now. Let's move on, because we ain't got to the good stuff yet, okay? The less pendants lawsuit package is also included in this. This package is fire, and I should move it up more. I'm getting hot just talking. Oh, the first 5 people that call me with a criminal situation that want to use this is going to get a smoking hot deal. All right, you see what the fire is, and then I need to have one when you file it. And that's all right, because they're going to want you to sign a non-disclosure statement. And I don't know who gives a shit. I mean, even if you told me and they tried to come after you, we'll see the ass again. But we ain't trying to be stupid, because I don't already know, okay? I already know what my stuff is capable of doing if you do it right. I already know. That's why I made it. Am I bragging? Hell yeah, I'm bragging and I'm talking shit. I already know what my stuff can do. Look, don't wait until you lost your case, your freedom, or your future. Don't wait until you're calling me from jail. I've had that's happened. Don't wait that long, okay? Prosecutors count on you being broke and silent. Oh, wait, the broke part? Oh, they make you broke. They run your name on TV and on the internet through all their shit. Oh, I've been through this. Tara D. Moorhead and Marietta Parker, federal prosecutors out of Wyandotte County, Kansas, they placed an illegal property lien against our private home and our business property. And they hadn't even got a conviction. They needed me to rat out my wife so they could give me back my house. Oh, I don't know how these people think, okay? The whole time I'm protecting her and getting in their way and causing shit, and that's why they arrested me, because I wouldn't shut the hell up. So I ain't shut up now either. This package is personal, and if you get in, I ain't playing with these people. With that being said, if y'all ass are scared, don't even call me. I don't even want to hear it. I know, Coach. No, you don't. Until your ass gets sent back with a forced medication order, okay? Then you don't know what fear is. You don't really know what the upper level of fear is. Oh wait, no, I was already there, and I seen them come in with these 3 big dudes that look like they're from Nebraska, but 2 of them was black, and they still couldn't. Okay, never mind. And yeah, they grab you and they scoop your ass up and they come in with a rolling table with these straps on it. Yeah, so that's fear. But you know what? The fear don't help. It did not help. The fear don't help unless you use it as fuel. And people don't realize that when you take the deal, your federal attorney gets a $3,500 assistance of counsel bonus. Automatically. Ask him. Call his ass or her ass up right now. Oh, yeah, I found that out, and I asked. I've had 14. I asked him. Jumped up in my face, all mad, telling me I need to stay off the internet. He was a little short old man. He was on his tippy toes. Everybody in that little cafe got up to leave, and then he apologized. Then I tell him they stay off the internet. Well, that pretty much wraps that up. The assistance of counsel bonus is addition to what they get. Okay, it is addition to what they get. If the case is hot, they'll get more. I mean, not your case. If the people's case. The Sue the Prosecutor lawsuit package was built from real-time feedback from me. And there's some other people too, because there was people all around. I included everything I needed back then to crush them, but also to protect your property. The notice of conveyance lawsuit package is now included. This package is included. The clouds are titled to make it toxic. Now their lien that the prosecutor is going to put on will be determined, okay, after you're done with the real estate deed fraud situation and the last penance lawsuit. So you can place a lien on the judge's office or the bar card. Oh, that'd be hot, on the bar card and their assets. Oh, you can put a lien on the judge's stuff. None of them are immune. Look that shit up. It says the judge has qualified immunity for judicial functions. Well, you had to earn it by staying within the law and the Constitution. And judicial function? No, you're not in a judicial function, so you can throw that shit right out the door. They have no immunity for administrative functions that they're doing outside of the Constitution. With this package, you fight back on your terms in federal court with a non-conventional legal strategy where they can deflect or hide. Click the link below or give me a call, and you're going to get coaching. The first 5 people get the deal and coaching. The rest of y'all are going to have to get over to the coaching group at neighbors_coach. Imagine standing in court, not as the plaintiff, forcing the prosecutor to answer to every abuse, every fraud, every unlawful action. They will not have a court unless and until they have a plan to control the outcome. You have no, work with me here. They're not going to have your ass in court until they can figure out how to do you in. That's the power of this package. Take control today. The system won't protect you, but now you can protect yourself and your property. Click the link below. Sue lawsuit package. I made it simple so you know exactly what the hell you're getting. Okay, now I'm going to do a screen share, and we're just going to take a look at it while we're rolling here, because I'm getting kind of hungry, so let's do the screen share. All right. Now, my website guru, and she does a whole bunch of other stuff too, Humera Yasmin, thank you for all of the hard work that you do to make our website look so badass. Okay, sorry. Let's get right to it. See, the prosecutor lawsuit package includes, ready to file documents. That means all you got to do is put your name in the placeholder. You don't have to add a bunch of crap to it or do, because remember, I already told you how this works best. If you want to go in and argue in their stuff that they want to talk about that starts to arguing, and you're not addressing the why, you just what, and you see how that works out. So we already talked about all that. Collapses their jurisdiction. You got 3.5 million for sanction. I forgot to download the temporary restraining order. And so we have a temporary restraining order to block. No, we have to change that. We have a temporary restraining order to block the state from receiving federal funding, and also to block them from continuing to. No, so you can just see right there. Our whole family lived through this. And now the federal prosecutors, Marietta Parker and Tara D. Moorhead, have been disbarred. As it turns out, they were doing all of the things that we said they were doing in the first place. And it turns out Tara Moorhead was actually buying drugs from people and all kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's about time for us to get our lawsuit filed now, after we just waited around until they burn their own selves up. And there's a counterclaim strategy. Now, this strategy you guys can use yourselves on your own stuff, okay? It's pretty powerful. And you have to keep in mind that anything in state court, they're just going to do whatever they want. So you have to get over in federal court and get your lawsuit filed over there, and then take with you their certified copy of the entire docket sheet showing that they couldn't answer to nothing that you filed, and it jams them up all but good. And then we went over the list of things that you get here. I threw in the bar card, denial of corporate existence. You can cloud the title now. You got to cloud the title lawsuit to make your own property toxic. So they have less value in trying to, because they don't have time to play around. And that's why they did all this fraudulent stuff to get you off the property in the first place. Now, this package is for the prosecution, and they, in our case, they forced them to foreclose on our property. So, and that's why we added the stuff that we have here. So just stay with me here, because the prosecution is part of it. And then the list pendants and all the property stuff that we added to help you protect your property. So this package replaces fear with leverage. Yep, your legal power is backed by real federal case law and federal acts, and there are some of them right there. Foundation of fraud. See, this stuff you're not going to find on the internet. It's just real easy. Because they don't like but we've been doing this for a long time. So results-oriented legal action, get your case thrown out before trial. Well, how those people aren't going to be able to litigate it because they're a part of the. How simple is that? We demand settlement conference. We don't even in federal court, because if they couldn't answer in state court, they're not going to be able to answer in federal court either. In federal court, they're not going to be able to answer because criminal statutes are not valid laws. And Title 18 was never ratified. So everything they're doing on the criminal side of stuff is just like they're doing on exposed to jurisdictional fraud. This empowers legal coaches to launch businesses, helping other people do the same. You'll learn how to file a lawsuit against the judge and stop state court process, because state court people can't respond to the case law, to federal case law using statutes and codes. We stopped the state court process by adding the government, the state, the judge getting paid by the state, and the criminal prosecutor as plaintiff to their own action in the counterclaim. Oh, bam, that's some smooth. Bet the attorney didn't tell you could do that, and then you can file your lawsuit against all of the bar members that have been attacking you. So if you're ready to fight, you just need to click on the link right there, and then there's some more. We got private ticket package right there. We got some other stuff. Now, this one right here is the other one that I'm really, really proud of. Foreclosure eviction notice lawsuit package. Now, this package is similar to the Cloud Your Title package, but it focuses more on the eviction and eviction side of things. And it's for people that are facing eviction. This is for people that have been evicted. It has a counterclaim under the Fraudulent Concealment Act that attaches a statute of limitations that you can file in the actual eviction process before you file the lawsuit in federal court if they still want to play around. So This package is on sale still for $99, and it's people should invest in this package even if you haven't been evicted and even if you're not in foreclosure. You should invest in this package to protect your property so you don't ever end up in this situation. This is better than title insurance. Okay? Because the title insurance, oh, hell no. The title insurance is for them. And you pay, they charge you. So basically, you actually fund the foreclosure. Oh, you do? That's well, not really, because you're going to use my stuff to crush them in the face. So we got some instructions down here. Now, keep in mind, I'm not an attorney. I'm a legal coach. And so something in this might be different than that you need to do. But if we're stopping the court process and we're holding them accountable for trying to lock you up on some that's not a real loss, or from locking you up on the same BS. So we're not arguing their stuff. We're stopping even if it's not a state court, we're stopping their case and filing your own case against them. That's the best way to look at it. And the statement of constitutional emergency is supposed to force them to move it up to the higher court. And then the higher court can only rule on the constitutional issues and not all of the BS. So we kind of walk you through here. We can't have everything in here. You got to understand, you're learning how to jumpstart your critical thinking. Okay, we're back. So yeah, since we're back, I want to just, it's easier to do it this way than have to pull up another window. Okay, so that's the counterclaim document that we put together. So you see it has placeholders on it where you put your name over here or whatever, and the information, the judge's thing, whatever. You change this up here at the top. You always want to make sure that you copy and paste this in your own Word, in your computer, in your own Word before you make changes. You always want to save the original clean in case you need to use it for a customer or family or something. If you don't do that, it could show back up in my OneDrive. And then when I see that a file is infected, I will have to get rid of it and you won't be able to find it again. So make sure you copy and paste everything into your OneDrive. And this is the complaint that we put together for the prosecutor package. And really, I didn't have all the documents because you don't need to see them all. But I would have liked to show you the temporary restraining order, but I forgot to print it off. And we never get around to following this because they're a little busy over there doing some other stuff. And I add this in just to give you guys something to punch them in the face with, just for fun. Now, that's only a few of the documents. I think there's like 8 or 9 or 12 or something. I don't know. That's just a few of the main ones that you get. I'm also going to include the prosecutor's RICO manual. I need to add that in. So you guys, okay, call me up if they're coming after you with this criminal crap and you got enough to cover what the fire is we're bringing to the table. Call me up. First 5 people, okay, are going to get the deal. The rest of y'all just going to get this deal. They get the deal, y'all get this deal. They get the deal. Okay, I got to work that out. Thank you guys for the value, sharing your time. Get over there and get this. Let's go.